Welcome to another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke News, sponsored by none other than Cali Guy.
Yes,
Stop
yes.
smoking spit, people.
No drip
This
left.
news is presented to you by none other than Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Yeah. Chinese nationals operate nearly every illegal indoor marijuana farm in the largest U.S. county, surgeon says.
What?
Man, what you think about that one? Let's see what this is. About 85% of illegal weed farmers are Chinese or Mexican nationals in San Bernardino County Task Force Surgeon. San Bernardino County, the largest county in the U.S., has grappled with illegal marijuana growing operations for years due to the vast amount of available farmland. The San Bernardino County Marijuana Enforcement Team has served over 2,000 search warrants and seized over $1 billion in cannabis plants and processed cannabis since 2020.
Hmm.
Despite the challenge, the enforcement team has cut the amount of illegal grow operations from nearly 1,300 to around 400 over the last 2 years. So whatever task force that they have, you know what I'm saying, they going in, they chopping all that shit down. But that's crazy if you actually think about it. Before all of this, you know what I'm saying, over $1 billion in cannabis plants and processed cannabis,
Hmm. Man.
over 2,000 search warrants. If you're going over 2,000 search warrants, that's, I don't know if you can actually get like maybe 2 locations and just add all different warrants up. But if 2,000 different locations, so that's a lot of different
Hell
like
yeah.
grow operations in different areas
Mm-hmm.
within San Bernardino County. So man, get your grow on.
Man, for real. Moving on. NY is doubling its number of initial marijuana shop licenses. Albany cannabis regulators announced Thursday that they will dole out 300 retail shop licenses to applicants impacted by the past marijuana convictions, up from their original plan to give just 150 in the first round. With the new numbers, nearly a third of the initial 900 or so applicants could end up with a license. The state had initially planned to mandate that each license impacted by a past marijuana conviction would be assigned a location rather than choosing their own. Huh, that's a cold little twist. But regulators relaxed that rule after delays in fundraising and that the processment of storefront locations by the public private fund created for the purpose, which was set up by the state's authority and seeded with a 50 million investment from last year's state budget. Ooh.
Hmm.
That's it's a twist, man. It's like it's always something to something though, man. I just hope it grow and a lot of people that really was affected by the shit though really be able to get in it and sustain their way through the industry, man, with the way the shit is going.
Hmm.
Moving on. Oh, oh.
First talk. Erica Badu reveals that Badu strain collab with cookies.
Huh.
Man, it's just with Erica Badu, just real fast. I can just think back, like maybe even before I was in double digits in age, listening
Yeah.
to Erica Badu all the way up until now,
Facts.
and it's like I
You
always
said
been,
before you was in double digits?
yeah, like around like 9, 8, 9, I believe Erica Badu was out doing her
Huh.
thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You seen that video where she took off all her clothes?
Yeah, later on in time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But yeah, I
man.
seen it though.
For
But
sure.
it's like Erica Badu's history as a cannabis advocate is documented in songs, and one of the main ones they pointed out is the one on and on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then it's like out of Women's Month,
Yep.
the Women's History Month, Badu's Apple Trees Cannabis Company will partner with Cookies Cannabis to release that Badu. That's what it is. That
Mm-hmm.
Badu.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a strain packed with cannabinoids that cater to the needs of women. Now I believe that's kind of cool. You know, because it's like if you look at names like as far as like like we be on the Gorilla Glue. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, it's masculine.
Yeah.
It's like that's the fellas finna kick back, we
Mm-hmm.
finna blow our bud. But that's cool that Erica Badu, she's coming out with that Badu, and it's filled with cannabinoids catered to women's needs.
Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. Oh. 2.5 million fund to assist small farmers in Humboldt, Trinity counties unveiled. Aid is on the way for struggling farmers in two of the Emerald Triangle's three counties, with funding available to help improve drought resilience and licensing compliance. Cannabis for Conservation, a Humboldt County, California-based company, environmental nonprofit, announced 2.5 million in grants funds to assist small cannabis farmers through the California Department of Fish and Wildlife via the Qualified Cultivators Fund opportunity. It's crazy. They got all these fucking different programs and shit though. You know what I'm saying? For the cannabis industry when it shouldn't even like be that damn deep though. The two grants that were announced implementing drought resilience strategies on Humboldt County cannabis farms and provisional to annual license transitions for Trinity County cultivators will collectively assist 89 farms across 8 priority watersheds with environmental work. The goal is to bring together scientists and farmers to implement peer review conservation practices and benefit providing to wildlife, land, and the water. So that's kind of dope because they trying to get the scientists and the farmers to partner together to do research to learn from each other, to kind of help the industry along and help the grow of it, to get down of it though. Yeah, yeah. Moving
Finna
on.
get over 7,500 pot convictions expunged in Missouri. That's super cool because
Yeah.
it's like, certain laws done passed, and then certain states within the country it's like the small marijuana charges
Mm-hmm.
and certain even nonviolent like felonies being dropped down to misdemeanors and then being wiped away. But over in Missouri, more than 7,500 individuals have had their prior marijuana related convictions expunged, with recreational cannabis now legal in the state. And the expungement is the latest byproduct of the constitutional amendment that was approved by Missouri voters last fall, which legalized pot for adults and cleared the way for Missourians to have their records cleared. That like it opened doors, and it seemed as if like how they phrase it, the Missourians took action. So the majority of the expunged convictions so far are misdemeanors.
Mm-hmm.
As of last Tuesday, courts have granted over 6,000 expungements for misdemeanors related to nonviolent cannabis offenses that did not involve selling to minors or driving under the influence of cannabis. And over 1,200 or just about 1,200 felony convictions has also been expunged.
Mm-hmm.
So over in Missouri, it's like they taking advantage of certain amendments and certain state laws.
Oh.
So within whatever state that you're hearing this from, us here in California, is certain things that's put into play right now for you where you can like get the ball rolling to get certain misdemeanors expunged, certain felonies dropped down to misdemeanors, and then you can be on the road to getting that
Mm-hmm.
expunged. So whatever state you in, whatever county you in, whatever it is, man, check this out because certain amendments has been made to where we can get all that shit knocked out.
The fuck out.
Yes,
Yep. Yep.
yes. That's the weekly news with Serpo Jr.
Jay.
Baby.
Yes.